So, I'm going to continuously put things in perspective. Um, you know, perps, as I'm sure all these videos, they have the ability to create a reality that is put together, fantasized, falsified, and you know, delusional. That's why they use people like the people I use, like the people they use. They have this ability of dumbing themselves down that is just magical. And you see, like, unfortunately, I was not able to take pictures of certain peoples that you will know. You look at them, it's like, oh, they can create a life, a reality that is so falsified. It's almost humiliating, but they have the ability to do this. They have these next door neighbors. I call them these bottom feeder lovers, right? Because they are, I think they're a couple. I don't know. There's one that have been trying to make me imagine her in these ways, in this sexual way. I don't know, like, if this trash is gonna try to say something. I don't know. If you see her, and I think she knows that, and that's perhaps why she doesn't want to be seen. Is I will take a picture of her and be like, "This is who they apparently. This is what I'm interested in." I had the chance to see her before, but now in my mind, they're gonna try to create as much creation of narration of how they want me to see her. When in reality, I did see her, and it was just like a childlike looking person. I mean, we are, like I said, we are about the same build. And like I'm not even trying to body shame. The reason why I say these things is because in my mind they have the ability to create a reality that's falsified. That I need to put things back in perspective. So that's why I go with descriptions that needs to be said, because in my mind something else can be created. In my mind, even her back when she's wearing a coat, okay, like it's like they can create something, but we see her in real life. It's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I mean, no, no, don't delude yourself like that. And they do their best to try to make me subscribe to it, but that's why they don't like to take pictures of. They don't like to be taken picture of, because there's a reality that my mind will never experience again. My brain will never be mine anymore. They completely have ability to control your mind, to make you experience things in a different fashion. I'm in bed, just kind of laying there. Oh, they were coming up with ways of thinking that, obviously, I mean, this time I would say it felt more. It was obvious that it was more manipulated. Sometimes it comes in a deeper way, but this time I don't know if they purposely make it seem like it was obvious, but it felt like it was obvious. They were making me look at myself because I have my surveillance camera. And yesterday I was looking at my surveillance camera, and I was able to look at footage of me, like, right after August 19th, 2019. And now, as I'm looking at those images, I'm looking at my face, and I look younger. I look much younger. You can see that definitely the director energy has done things to make me look older. I definitely look older now than and I know. I mean, it was what, now 4 years ago, but 4 years I look like, in those days I look maybe like it's almost 9 years ago, because I look that much younger, and now I'm aging faster, and that's because I think the radiations and whatnot. And they're trying to make me think like, oh, how would this person next door would look at you and all that would should be like. And I know it's them creating these thoughts, and I'm like, do you see her? You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are delusional, and they go with this fantasy because these people have created a reality that is escapism. I wish I could show a picture of who I'm talking about, and you'll see like this person is not. She doesn't live in a real world. This person lives in this creative reality. She's not in the real world. She lives in the fantasy. That's why, like, anytime I'm able to see them, I will take picture of them, and they know that they're not afraid of me. I remember seeing one of these trash try to reach on in the back by pretend it's like, oh, look, you trash. What you like? Look at you. Like, what are you gonna do? Delusional. I just wanted. I came and looked at her and shook my head, and she like, but they're trash. And they're delusional when they talk about, oh, we'll lose, because in their mind they think this is a competition, or is there's even a chance that I can do something about it. Like they did that delusion of us, you're gonna lose. Well, this is not a place where you can lose. Like there's no winning for me. There's not possible. I'm a civilian going against entities that are government related, which you are contracted to work for. But they use these childlike individuals that use these moments like, I'm gonna feel like a winner. You're gonna lose. There's no winning or loser. I am a target individual, and as a target individual, I'm a civilian with very limited resources, with damn near being targeted by the government and using their technology to experiment on me. And they use bottom feeders like you to do a lot of this gaslighting and, and, and manipulations. You're a bottom feeder. And that's why they keep countering me, calling them bottom feeders, as they counter it by saying bottom. I'm a bottom. They are bottom feeders because they say I'm gonna be framed, and they keep talking about me getting raped or whatever. This is a threat they keep saying to me, and like I said, they've done that to women. But these bottom feeders try to counter that, but they don't want to be seen. Not because they're afraid of me, because they know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna show a picture of this is the people who wants me to accept this manipulation. That's obviously manipulated. This couple next door, this weak looking trash that refuse to be seen, because if I show them on my channel showing this is the bottom feeders that they want me to this nothingness, this what this little thing will do to me, it's nothing, this trash. By my thoughts, oh, they're creating things and ways to try to, they know that, and they know I'm not subscribing to this. They try to tell us no, they are. Because they know they're gonna have to, either there's gonna be some really good acting happening and they want to stay in character. And I remember one of my colleagues said something about method acting. It was a good word that I should have. I'm glad that he said, because this is what the way they do their thing. They are literally in taking this reality they put together, method, like literally just like in taking this reality they put together and act accordingly. And I continuously, ruin that little bubble. So in my mind, they go into the fantasy and they want me to look at this, whatever this trash are, whatever bottom feeders they are. And they every time they make me think in different ways. Target individual, these people like to call themselves, and let me just tell you what level of method acting these people are in. They call it being a war, because they have to do the most illogical, irrational stupidity on earth. Not because they actually are at war. They are trying to create. They are at war with something, but it's not an actual war. It's in a war with reality. Their job is to try to get you to accept this reality that is falsified. There's one that used to like to be seen before. I saw him once. I almost left because in my mind it's different. And when you see this kid like individual, I'm like, oh, trash. These next door people, whoever they are, I already got one kid over there. Actually, I have multiple. If I put them on the, and I'm sharing pictures of them, so if you see them and the way they try to sell the little storyline is a joke. There's another one. I don't know if they just kids or whatever. They look like couples. One look a bit younger than the other, but they've been trying to create these things. I call them these battlefield lovers because I do think, and it looked like at least at one point that they were together. And that every time I can see them, I try to I'll try to take a picture. and just show the look at these bottom feeders. This is what the government uses. These are the winners. They're nobodies, of course, but this is what they do. They're supposed to make me subscribe to this, and in my mind, they try to make me imagine being interested in them. Especially one special one. You see how they try to make me say something. One specific one. This little, she. I remember I was listening to a testimony of one of the Target videos. She just like opened the door, looking shut. She was such a, oh my gosh, such a clown. Then you see her wearing her little tie dye T-shirt, skinny as me, and just like try to pretend like she's like, oh. And now they try to make me. Now I'm sorry, like I don't. I'm not sorry in the sense that to say what I'm saying, but I don't even like saying things about people like that. Who am I to talk about people in that fashion? But because in my mind, the way they're trying to make me perceive these people, it needs to be put back to reality. And that's why I say what I said. They make me look at these people in this interesting way. But if they saw themselves, and then I'm saying they're ugly, right? I'm not insulting they're not. But you look at this little, it's like, do you think that you like that? You would do anything to me? I'll be like, oh, who's this person? No, but they want me to look at them in a way that's I'm interested in them. And my mind is so manipulated, so controlled. Mind you, you see that little baby in the last video. That's how they can make me look at a little baby, like an actual little toddler, little girl, like little. So imagine this whatever next door, who like of course they're older, much older, either like young adult or about to be young adult, like that, or about to be like one of those, but just little weird nothingness. I don't know how old they actually are, but some of them look very young. Some of them look, I don't know how exactly, but this is nasty. Just living in the little delusional way, as slim as he gets, as just as bony as me. Like, I'm not gonna let you live your fantasy. And there's one. So, like I said, there's one here. This actually, there's a couple that I think they're a couple. One looks a little bit older, maybe like young adults, very very young adult. The other one maybe about to be, maybe I don't know. They but look younger, unimpressive looking, trash. And they like, oh, you gonna get raped? I was like, you're just trash. I rather get raped than to live the life that they live. These bottom feeders, this trash in my mind, they were giving me stimulations. And they try to make me feel nervous. I was like, I don't care about this trash. I don't care about the way you make me feel the stimulations, but the way they appear will never make me feel anything. This whatever childlike looking people these people are, I don't know what they are, but there's this nasty, bony, ugh, little tight. Ugh. And I'm not even saying that to insult them. I'm just saying, like, look at you and look at me. You look at me and look at you. You're delusional. And I wish I could take picture of them. And let me say something. I'm not saying that I'm better looking than them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you look like a freaking almost kid. If you're not a kid, or you just like no. I'm sorry. And sometimes they try to confuse me with other people, and that's that. And I'm like, listen, this is what you can force me to experience in my mind. You will not do this. I will not have this reaction towards you naturally. I won't. I will not. And so what they've done in the past is like they try to mix people around. They make me think of, so there's somebody who kind of looks like an older version of the person that live next door. I saw that person on New Year's Eve of 2022. It was about right before like midnight. Like about 40 minutes or 30 minutes before midnight. So I'm going to the elevator. She's coming from the upper floor, and she goes there. I think she's more like I give her more like early 20s, right? Maybe 22 years old. And she kind of looks similar to this other one here who looks like she's still in her teens, right? But they have like they kind of look alike. They have resemblance, right? And they try to sometimes confuse me with both of them. confused with because one looks older and they gave me stimulation, but because she look older, I can it's whatever. This one look like like a teenage little, like maybe late teen or so, and the force mate is just disgusting. When you look at her, it's like she was trying to pretend. Like I was listening to a testimony about this woman that was being raped and tortured by them, and she wanted to be like, "Oh, it's so crazy! Oh my god!" Ugh. And one day I saw her by the elevator wearing like this tight, and I'm being specific because I'm sure they're probably even listening to that. And I want them to go into the further fantasies. And I see her, and I'm just shook. I look at her, I was like, shook my head, it's like, just trash. And she's trying to pretend like she's reaching for something in her backpack. And now, ever since then, they've been trying to create perception of this trash in different ways, making me imagine her in sexual ways and whatever. There's time when I look at my people and I see somebody just come in with a skirt, and it's the same, and they try to give her curves and things that she doesn't have. We have the same body type. They have the ability to make people distort them when you perceive them. And when I looked at my people, they started blurring my eyes. So when I saw her, I was not only my eyes were kind of blurry, but then they start creating perceptions that weren't there, coming from somebody who is just a little skinny, bony person just like me, and try to create curves into places where she doesn't. So you have to be strong. And ever since then, they don't want to be seen because what's going to happen if I see her is I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to show like this is reality. If I told you what's happening in my brain, you won't believe it. This person, in my mind, they try to make me be interested in this person. Now, I'm not saying she's ugly. Please, I'm, I'm not, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to insult her looks, but you understand if you see her. Just like I'm not saying that, I'm better looking than her at all. By far, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, if you look at that, you will think that's not some party that you be like, oh wow, wow. Look at her. She doesn't even look womanly. But in my mind, they can create so much things, so much. They can make me be forced you to be interested in people that I will not be interested in. They have that ability. They do this to babies. Can you imagine then if you're older? So to all my target individuals, stay strong. Me, I am here to make sure that these bottom feeders that are contracted to do these things, quote unquote, these warriors, these winners, don't escape in their fantasy. You're gonna do your method acting, but I'm gonna remove the method. You're gonna know that I'm not subscribing to this. So stay strong and know that justice will be done. And then I listen to, right after I finish this, I hear somebody comes up. She's 14. I don't know who they're talking about. I don't know if they're talking about this person who I think they're couples together or whatever. I'm like, I don't know, and I don't care how old this person is, but I understand that you guys are bottom feeders that work for pedophiles. I'd rather be a bottom, than do what you do. And like you can bum. It's like, oh, please make a lot of money doing this. Now, then she says, kill yourself. Between me and you, I think that these people can kill themselves more than I can kill myself. Because as they try to do this method acting of coming up with their own level of fantasy, I'm not subscribing to it. I don't care how old this bottom feeder that is, I think, in the relationship with somebody else in this other girl. They look like trash, weak cowards, regardless. I don't know if he's late teen, mid teen, or early teen. I don't know about that. It's gonna be a guessing game. I don't know the reality of that. But one thing is for sure: this is weak, skinny looking, fraudulent, tie dye wearing, childlike individual will do not would do absolutely nothing to me. And so I don't care what this fantasy wants to come up with. Every day they come up with thing. I don't care. But I do want to See these people again so I can take a picture and you can see who I'm talking about. To my target individual. They keep telling me kill myself every time they do something or say something that's just illogical. I've showed you like some of the kids, this younger kids that they try to do. She's not as young as this young kids I showed before. But she's I don't know. But they want me to look at this person in this weird sexual, not even sexual, I don't know, interesting way. I guess 2 seconds ago they were trying to make me imagine her like in wearing underwear, some disgusting things. And it's all imagination. It's all forced imagination. It's all like creation of thoughts. And they're like awkward. It's like no, it's not awkward. I'm saying that with your technology, sorry, with the technology that you're experimenting onto people, you can make me think in different ways. It's not awkward. I know this is what you guys do. They want you to feel guilty for the manipulation they have you have. But they know I'm not subscribing to it, so they don't have to be seen. You see only like the mothers, the older individual who think that because they like Madeline, I'm gonna look at them and say, "Oh my daughter." You look at them, it's like, "Yeah, I know what you guys do. You want me to think this way?" They have no shame. But these people who are quote unquote our daughters, are these teenagers, whatever they are, oh, they don't like to be seen. I think I've already embarrassed a few, but they know it's gonna be more coming. There'll be more coming if they try to show themselves and talk about oh we are, no listen, this bottom fears workful program. And matter of fact, if you ever hear somebody, her name is Mara. I don't want to say the name because they're gonna try to come up with their BS. She'd say, oh, they use these teenage people, these young people, teenage people to create these nasty perverse things. For me, it's about the same thing. I don't know if they all I would say they're all young. Some of them are younger than others, but try to force me to look at them in different ways. But they don't like to be seen with me because you see what's happening now. I'm quick to make a testimony. I'm quick to that. And probably I will do a lower amount of blurring for them just to give you a better understanding of how they try to get you to accept this. They want to live this reality, which I'm not going to give them this fantasy. And they want you to subscribe to this. I don't care how old these people are. I just care about not being forced to have to see them in these ways. This bottom feeder, this one, like I said, this next door neighbors, she was with somebody. I think that's her girlfriend. That's why I think they look like they're a little intimate. Like I keep saying, I call them these bottom feeder lovers, this young bottom feeder love. They just the way they just interact seem like you know. And I remember the first time I saw them, I was throwing something in the trash. I see them together coming out. The one looking younger than the other, and I see her try to act a shocking way, like mouth open, oh my God, because I was listening to the testimony, and I think she wanted to like counter the testimony of this woman being raped and tortured by this, by these bottom feeders that work for, who they're working for, who they're part of, and to counter that because they're in a program that torture a lot of women sexually. She wanted to be seen and act a certain way. It's like, look at this, ugh. And I don't know if she's trying. Oh my God, he wants me. It's like, no, trash, get away, please. This bottom feeder, this trash that work for pedophiles. They came and speak about a pedophile called Roy Moore. I will not let them live their fantasy. You sold your soul to pedos. You do these pedophile things, and you think you are war when you're just a bottom feeder that use this technology to experiment on civilian and call it being a war. Cowardness at the nth degree. Yes, you're not alone. That's what makes you feel special. But truly a weak, coward, low life. So to all my target individuals, do not let them live their fantasy.